Okay, so what do a gang leader, a genius con man, a literal hothead, and a government spy have in common?
That's a good one.
They accidentally became Marvel's most important team. Let's talk about the Fantastic Four like you've never heard before.
Yes, let's do it.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four.
The OGs.
Right. And hey, if you enjoy content like this, we'd be eternally grateful if you could drop us seriously, it really helps more fans find us.
Totally. Helps the channel a lot.
So the Fantastic Four, from their very first appearance in Fantastic Four #1 way, way back in 1961, this team has been like an undeniable cornerstone, right? An absolute mainstay of the Marvel Universe.
Oh, absolutely. They truly earned that title of Marvel's first family by being exactly that. A family. A complicated, superpowered, cosmic adventuring family, but a family nonetheless.
Exactly. We're talking about Reed Richards, the unparalleled genius, Mr. Fantastic, stretching the limits of, well, everything. Not just his body, but human intellect, too.
And Sue Storm, the invisible girl who became the Invisible Woman. She's really the heart, the emotional core, but also a powerhouse with those force fields. Don't mess with Sue.
Definitely not. Then there's her younger brother, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Always ready with a quip, always fiery, sometimes literally too fiery. Yeah.
And you can't forget Reed's best friend, Ben Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. That monstrous exterior hides this huge heart, and those rocky fists pack a serious punch.
Such iconic characters, and while this family it's expanded and contracted over the years, members have come and gone.
Right, lots of team shakeups.
It always comes back to these core four, and that deep kind of relatable dynamic is precisely what makes their upcoming full MCU debut in the Fantastic Four. First steps, so incredibly exciting.
Oh, it's going to be massive. A universe-shaking moment for sure.
Yeah.
And it sparks so many questions, doesn't it? Looking back at their whole journey and thinking about this new chapter.
Yeah, like what?
Well, can Reed ever truly stop sciencing long enough to just, enjoy his family without some grand project hanging over them?
That's a big one for Reed, definitely.
And Sue, will she ever completely shake off the shadow of malice, that dark alter ego? Can she fully step into her power without that lingering darkness?
Good question. And Ben, will he ever genuinely accept his monstrous form? Find peace with being the thing?
That's his core struggle, isn't it? And Johnny. Well, let's be real. The biggest question for Johnny is, can the guy ever keep a girlfriend? Like, for more than a story arc.
Probably not, but we can hope. But you're right, these aren't just comic book plot points. They're these enduring, deeply human struggles that make them so relatable, even with all the cosmic powers and crazy adventures.
Exactly. Those are the threads we want to pull on today in this deep dive. So let's peel back the layers. Let's go way, way back before they were fantastic. What were these people like before the cosmic race?
Okay, let's start with the big brain himself, Reed Richards. What shapes a mind like that? Must have been something else.
Oh, Reed was, like, off the charts from day one. A true child prodigy, a polymath. We're talking about a kid starting university at,
14. Wow.
Yeah. And by the time he was barely out of his teens, he'd already racked up multiple degrees. His dad, Nathaniel Richards, was also a genius, so it definitely runs in the family.
Okay, genius dad. Makes sense.
But here's a twist, kind of hinting at the secret worlds Reed would later get tangled up in. When Reed was still a teenager, Nathaniel just left.
Left? Like abandoned him?
Well, not quite in the usual sense. He left to join this super mysterious clandestine society called the Brotherhood of the Shield. Think, like ancient protectors of Earth from hidden threats.
Whoa, okay.
And get this ancient secret group eventually laid the groundwork for SHIELD.
No way. So Reed's dad was in proto-SHIELD. That's mind-blowing. Imagine your dad just dipping out for that.
Right. Talk about a unique perspective on the world for a kid. Definitely shapes your view on responsibilities, secrets, all that stuff.
For sure. So Reed goes off to State University, still brilliant, obviously. And that's where he first bumps into a certain Victor Von Doom.
Ah, yes. The beginning of the greatest rivalry.
And Victor, being Victor, just instantly rejects Reed's offer to be roommates. Storms off. Typical Doom.
Huh. Can you imagine if they had roomed together? The ego, the science, it could have gone so many ways. Probably badly.
Probably very badly. But thankfully, that rejection led Reed to someone else. Some guy down the hall needed a roomie.
Don't tell me.
Ben Grimm.
No way. It was just random like that.
Pretty much. And get this, Reed's all excited, telling Ben about this experimental rocket he's building, and Ben, being Ben, jokes, hey, if you ever build that thing, I'll fly it for you.
Wow. Just a throwaway line that becomes destiny. Crazy. And Ben's background, man, it's like the total opposite of Reed's world.
Oh yeah, night and day. Ben grew up rough, on the streets of Manhattan's Yancey Street.
Yancey Street gang territory. Tough place.
He idolized his older brother, Daniel. Daniel was the leader of the Yancey Street gang. But then, tragically, Daniel died in a gang fight when Ben was just a kid.
Oh, man. That's rough. That kind of loss, it changes you.
Totally. And for Ben, that grief just twisted into anger. He felt he had to take control, so he joined the gang himself.
Trying to master the trauma by becoming part of it. Heavy stuff.
Yeah. His initiation even involved stealing a Star of David from his neighbor, this kindly guy, Mr. Scheckerberg. An act he'd regret later, big time. By his teens, Ben was the head of the Yancey Street gang.
Wow. From grieving kid to gang leader. But there was a turning point, right? He didn't stay there forever.
Right. His uncle, Dr. Jacob Grimm, told him his parents had died. Ben was alone, so he moved out west with Jacob and his wife, Alice.
Okay, a change of scenery. Did it help?
Big time. They helped him channel all that anger, that energy into school, into sports. He became this high school football star, a total powerhouse.
Nice. So he turned things around.
He did, but that Yancey Street connection lingered. His old gang that kind of resented him for leaving, for making it, they'd prank him constantly, even years later after he became the Thing.
Seriously. Pranking the Thing. That takes guts. Or stupidity.
Both, probably. But despite all that, Ben eventually made peace with Mr. Scheckerberg, saved his pawn shop, returned the Star of David he stole as a kid.
Oh, that's good. Closure.
Yeah, and Scheckerberg compared him to a golem, a protector from Jewish folklore. It was this really quiet, powerful moment acknowledging Ben's heritage.
That's beautiful. Adds another layer to him. And he did become a pilot, right? Like he joked about with Reed.
He absolutely did. Joined the Air Force, became this amazing test pilot, pushing limits, just like Reed, but in the sky.
Incredible paths they both took. Okay, so what about the Storms? Sue and Johnny? Their childhood wasn't exactly smooth sailing either, was it?
No, definitely marred by tragedy, too. They grew up with their parents, Dr. Franklin and Mary Storm. Seemed okay until this devastating car crash. And here's the truly heartbreaking part. Dr. Storm, who was a brilliant surgeon, had to operate on his own wife, Mary, right there after the accident.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
And he lost her, couldn't save her. The guilt just destroyed him. He gave up medicine, turned to gambling, spiraled down.
That's devastating. What happened to him?
Ended up accused of murdering his loan shark, got 20 years for manslaughter. So Sue and Johnny were basically orphaned, had to move in with their Aunt Mary Dinkin.
Wow. Just tragedy piled on tragedy for them.
Right, but you can see their future selves forming even then. Sue became fiercely protective, got custody of Johnny, tried to start an acting career to support them.
Stepping up, yeah. Protect her.
And Johnny. Well, that grief seemed to fuel this intense, almost reckless determination in him.
The fire was there before the fire, huh?
Totally. When Reed showed them his rocket plans, Johnny, even though everyone thought he was just this immature kid, was absolutely set on going. He pushed Ben hard to get him astronaut training as a backup.
Even though Ben and NASA were like, yeah, right, kid.
Exactly. They totally dismissed him. But Johnny, being Johnny, aced the training. Proved everyone wrong. That determination was unstoppable.
Which brings us right to it. The moment everything changes. The ill-fated voyage.
Yep. The Marvel 1 rocket is almost ready. But then two of the actual crewmates, Sandy Sanders and Duke Dutchman, they back out. Why? Not enough radiation shielding.
Uh-oh. Red flag. Big, flashing, cosmic red flag.
You'd think. But Reed is so close to his dream, he's actually ready to redesign the cockpit and fly solo. Risk it all.
That's Reed. Brilliant, driven, maybe a little reckless.
Maybe more than a little. But you're not going to believe what happens next. Ben, Sue, and Johnny, despite the obvious danger, they all volunteer to go with him.
Wow. All of them. Even after the warnings.
Yep. And Sue's reason, it just sums her up perfectly. She says, you know how hungry Reed is to reach the stars? We need to be with him to make sure he remembers to come home.
The heart of the team right there. Before they were even a team.
Exactly. But Ben, practical Ben, he still has doubts. He's worried Reed hasn't done enough research on these cosmic rays. Valid concerns.
Totally valid. So what changed his mind?
Sue, she knew exactly how to push his buttons. She argued they had to go and the Russians would beat them. And then she called him a coward.
Ooh, low blow. But effective, I bet.
Absolutely. Nobody calls Ben Grimm a coward. His pride just kicked in, overruled the fear. So that's it. No official clearance, nothing.
They just went for it.
Under cover of darkness, snuck onto the base, launched the Marvel 1 right into this massive, unexpected storm of cosmic rays, the very thing everyone was worried about.
Oh, boy. And the rest is history.
Truly fantastic history. They crash land, miraculously survive, but they're changed forever.
The powers manifest.
Right. Sue finds she can turn invisible. Poof, the invisible girl.
Ben, poor Ben, transforms into the Thing, hulking, rocky, super strong, tragic, but powerful.
Reed, his body becomes like putty, stretches, contorts. Mr. Fantastic is born.
And Johnny.
Flame on, he bursts into fire, flies through the sky. The Human Torch, it must have been terrifying, exhilarating, everything at once.
Unimaginable. And right there, in that moment of chaos and transformation, they make a choice.
Yeah, they make a pledge. Not just about using their powers, but about staying together. They vow to use these fantastic gifts to help mankind explore the unknown.
Become heroes.
Exactly. They choose their names, embrace these new identities, and so was born the Fantastic Four. Not just a team, a family forged in cosmic fire.
What an origin. It really sets the stage for everything that follows. But okay, let's break down the team members now, really get into who they became after the origin. Starting with Reed, Mr. Fantastic, the mind, the husband, the paradox.
That's right. The super genius, arguably the smartest guy in the Marvel Universe, those stretching powers are almost a metaphor for his mind. Always reaching, adapting.
Totally. And he proposed to Sue way back at State University. Their wedding wasn't just some small thing either, was it?
No way! It was a massive superhero event. The X-Men, the Avengers, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, everyone was there. It cemented them as like the central family of the Marvel Universe right from the start.
A chaotic wedding, for sure, with villains crashing it, but yeah, hugely significant. But Reed's always had this secret side too, hasn't he? The Illuminati?
Oh yeah, the Illuminati. Him, Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, Professor X, Black Bolt, Namor, meeting in secret, making these huge decisions for the world behind everyone's backs.
Believing they knew best. The source material back then even kind of hand-waved it, like, oh, this won't have any long-term repercussions.
Huh. Famous last words in comics, right? We all know how that turned out. So much drama later on.
Exactly. Loads of future problems baked right in. And speaking of problems, Reed, as a father, that brought its own immense pressures and really controversial choices.
You mean shooting Franklin?
Yeah, shooting his own son with an antimatter gun to shut down his crazy powerful psychic abilities. The team was horrified. Ben basically declared the Fantastic Four over right then and there.
Yeah, now we're not getting into Franklin Richards here.
Yeah.
His powers, his story, it's a whole other massive deep dive. Omega-level mutant, reality warper. Seriously, go check out our full episode on him after this.
A good call. He deserves his own focus. But that moment with Reed, it just highlights the impossible weight he carries, the moral tightropes he walks because of his genius.
Definitely. And that genius, that burden, it fuels his other obsession. Curing Ben.
Oh, constantly. It's like this driving force for him, partly guilt, partly friendship. He made Thing armor, tried different cures. One even worked, temporarily turned Ben human.
But it never sticks, does it?
Nope. Reed even theorized that Ben's own mind rejects the cures deep down. Like, he thinks Alicia only loves him as the Thing. How tragic is that?
Heartbreaking. But Reed's science wasn't all angst, right? There was HERBIE.
HERBIE, yes. The humanoid experimental robot, B-type integrated electronics. Inspired by a cartoon Reed watched. How great is that?
I love HERBIE. Even after that whole Dr. Sun incident, Reed rebuilt him. Such a fun little sidekick.
Totally. But Reed's bigger decisions, they have cosmic weight. Like the trial, the Shi'ar putting him on trial for saving Galactus.
Right, because saving Galactus meant he went on to eat other planets, billions of lives lost, including the Skrull homeworld. That's heavy.
Super heavy. But Reed defends himself. Argues Galactus is beyond good and evil, a force of nature, part of a bigger plan.
And didn't, like, cosmic gods back him up?
Yeah. Odin. Eternity. The living universe itself. They basically testified that Galactus is essential, despite the destruction. Reed gets acquitted. It shows his unique understanding of the cosmos.
Nobody else thinks like Reed Richards. And that thinking extends to trying to fix everything on Earth too, right? Hunger, poverty, war.
Yeah, his ultimate ambition. One future timeline shows he does create a utopia, but it costs him Sue. His focus pushes her away. Even the best intentions can go wrong if you lose sight of people.
That balance is key. He learned that with the Council of Reeds too, didn't he? That multiversal group of Reeds.
Exactly. He saw their solution to everything was ditching family, ditching attachments. Cold logic, he walked away. Remembered his dad's advice. Be a better friend, husband, father. Be a better man.
That's the core Reed, underneath all the science. And that led in the Future Foundation, right? Gathering all those brilliant young minds.
Franklin, Valeria, Dragon Man, Moloids, Bentley 23, Alex Power, nurturing the next generation, an extended family to build a better future.
And then there was the time he took the whole family on a year-long road trip across the universe.
Casual. Just needed to cure a little molecular breakdown in their powers. Used time travel to pop back minutes after they left. Standard Reed solution.
Totally normal Tuesday. He also accidentally depowered Johnny with a neural bomb meant for monsters. Oops.
Whoops. Poor Johnny. And maybe biggest of all, Reed's role during the incursions, the multiversal collapse, building the life raft, surviving the end of everything.
And then rebooting the whole multiverse with Franklin and Molecule Man. The scale of Reed's life is just staggering.
Truly cosmic. Okay, let's switch to Sue Storm. Invisible Woman. The heart, the powerhouse, the rebel. She started as the Invisible Girl and her force fields. Discovered totally by accident.
Oh.
Ben was going to blast Johnny with a fire extinguisher, and Sue just instinctively threw up this shield. Pure protection, revealing this incredible untapped power. Later, she figured out how to make other things invisible too.
Wow. Okay, and this is where it gets emotional. Her pregnancy with Franklin. The B is for Benjamin, right? For Ben.
Yeah, such a sweet touch. But it was terrifying. The cosmic radiation in her blood from their origin threatened the baby. They had to go to the negative zone.
A negative zone, a nihilist's turf. Why?
Feed it antimatter. It was the only thing that could save Franklin. Talk about high-stakes parenting.
Seriously. And motherhood brought other conflicts too, like with Reed.
Oh, yeah. Big time. During one battle, Reed tells her to leave because she's a mother. He won't risk her. She was furious.
I bet. Like, he didn't see her as an equal partner, just a mom.
Exactly. That feeling of inequality led her to leave him and the team for a while. A huge moment for her, asserting her own agency.
And then came Malice. Ugh. Psycho Man manipulating her.
Horrifying. He twisted her into this evil alter ego, Malice, mistress of hate. And Malice was scary good with Sue's powers, way more inventive and ruthless. Took out the whole team.
How did she break free?
Reed eventually snapped her out of it, but the experience changed her profoundly. She declared the Invisible Girl was dead. Now she was the Invisible Woman. Powerful, assertive, done being underestimated.
You really feel that shift. And didn't she confront Malice again later, like internally?
Yeah, during Infinity War. Battled her inside her own mind, absorbed Malice's strength, came out even more assertive, more aggressive, even adopted a more revealing costume for a while.
Mm-hmm. Right. A visual change reflecting the internal one. But her core is always that fierce family loyalty, isn't it? Like saving Elijah's Skrull baby.
Absolutely. Saying the FF is a family.
Yeah.
You're with us now and we take care of our own. That's pure Sue, even amidst total chaos.
But she faced such tragedy, too, losing her second baby, Valerie, to radiation.
Devastating. That loss left a deep scar. Yet she endures. She even played Baroness Von Doom once to help Reed's undercover mission.
Seriously, Baroness Von Doom?
Seriously, the things they do for family. And during Civil War, she made that tough choice to leave Reed, join Cap's anti-registration side, a principled stand, even against her husband.
Showing her strength and independence again. They eventually reconciled, though.
They did. Their bond is strong. And those future versions of her are wild, too. One marrying Doom after Reed dies, another trying to use Galactus' corpse as a time machine before Doom kills her. What a complex life.
Unbelievable. Okay, on to the hothead. Johnny Storm, Human Torch. The hothead, the romantic, the ever-changing flame. Youthful energy, fiery powers, always ready for action. And that rivalry with Ben.
Oh, classic. Decades of bickering, pranks, but deep down it's total brotherhood, right?
Totally. Johnny even quit the team super early on after a fight with Ben. Stormed off and promptly found an amnesiac no more.
Wait, that's how Namor came back. Johnny found him.
Yep. Gave him a fiery shave, don't ask, restored his memory, and bam! Namor's back and attacking the surface world. Johnny's exits are never boring.
Clearly not. And his love life is just as dramatic, isn't it? The romances.
Legendary, so many flames. His most serious was probably Crystal of the Inhumans. He even left the team for her, moved to the Inhuman city on the moon.
Wow. All in. But he came back, right?
Yeah, when Crystal fell for Quicksilver instead. Ouch. He also did a stint at Metro College, befriended Wyatt Wingfoot, who became a solid, grounding friend for him.
Said old Wyatt. But Johnny's powers weren't always fun and games, were they? Didn't he get stuck in flame form once?
Yeah, a major crisis. Couldn't flame off. Reed had to figure out how to save him before he burned out completely. Scary stuff.
And the Nova Blast incident, blowing up part of ESU.
Oh man, yeah. Accidental, but huge destruction. Led to his arrest, becoming a fugitive, a hero on the run.
Tough times. And then the marriage to Elijah, thinking she was Alicia Masters.
Heartbreaking. Finding out she was a Skrull imposter. That destroyed him. Left the team again. Totally betrayed. Poor guy just can't catch a break with romance.
Or aliens pretending to be his potential romance. Jeez. But he had moments of pure heroism, too, like sacrificing himself in the negative zone.
Absolutely. Saved Ben, Franklin, and Valeria from Annihilus. Died, seemingly. Spider-Man even took his place on the team for a while.
Spidey in the FF Classic era. But Johnny came back, didn't he? Negative zone couldn't hold him.
Nope. He'd been forced into these gladiatorial games, kept getting revived, and eventually led this massive revolt against Annihilus. Total badass return.
Awesome. But then Reed's neural bomb accidentally took his powers away again.
Yeah.
Because his DNA adapted.
Yep. Quit the team again. Powers eventually got restored by Franklin and Jim Hammond, the original Human Torch. His connection to Flame runs deep.
And the romance drama continued. Victorious, Doom's champion, confessing feelings at a wedding.
Oh, the drama. Never stops. And then Doom turns him into an eternal flame, a living star fueled by cosmic rays.
What? How does that even work? Couldn't flame off at all.
Nope. Destined to burn forever. Thankfully, they cured it eventually on some alien planet, Spire, but man, the stuff Johnny goes through.
Seriously. And even when Reed and Sue were thought dead, he stepped up, joined the Inhumans, the Avengers Unity Division. Still a hero, even when grieving.
He really grew up over the years, despite the hot-headedness.
Okay.
Last but definitely not least, Ben Grimm. The Thing, the Heart, the Brawler, the Burden Bearer.
The ever-loving blue-eyed thing. That rocky exterior, that gruff voice. But pure loyalty underneath.
And that constant struggle with his appearance, right? That's always there. Remember when he went back in time, became Blackbeard the Pirate, and almost didn't come back?
Yeah. He loved being accepted, even by pirates, just for being a normal man. But he came back, realized he belonged with his family, even as a monster. That says a lot.
It really does. And his love for Alicia Masters, the blind sculptor, that's just one of comics' great romances.
So beautiful. Seeing past the surface, connecting on a deeper level. Even when they stopped being romantic, they stayed best friends. That's real love.
Totally. And being Franklin's godfather, the B for Benjamin, that meant so much to him, made him feel truly part of the family, not just the muscle or the freak show.
Yeah, it gave him that sense of belonging he craved. He even turned human briefly during a fight with the Hulk once, remember? Reed hired Luke Cage to fill in.
Luke Cage and EFF, another great temporary lineup. But Ben always comes back to being the Thing, doesn't he? He even left the team for a while, did motorcycle stunts, joined a wrestling federation.
The Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation, where he met Sharon Ventura, who became She-Thing.
Right. More rocky relationships. And didn't Wolverine slash his face once, leading to the helmet?
Ouch. Yeah, wore that helmet for a bit. But his loyalty, unshakable. Doom offered him a cure, turn him human, if Ben would serve him. Ben told him where to stick it.
Classic Ben, never compromise his integrity. And his rivalry with the Hulk. Legendary brawls.
Epic. Hulk was often stronger, but Ben held his own. Even beat a Doom-built Hulk robot later. Never count the Thing out.
We'll definitely circle back to this when we talk about the MCU. You know his look, his struggle. It's going to be key.
Oh, for sure. It has to be. But remember the heartbreak when he came back from the first Secret Wars on Battleworld? Found Johnny with Alicia?
Oh, man. Gut punch. Led to him leaving the team again for a bit. So much internal conflict.
But he always comes back. He even took over leadership when Reed and Sue needed to focus on raising Franklin. Stepped up big time.
Showed real growth. And then him and Alicia adopting those two alien kids, Joven the Kree and Kala the Skrull.
Expanding the definition of family again. It's just what they do. Love that.
But his relationship with Reed, even with that deep bond, it gets rocky, too. Like when Reed sent the Baxter Building and the kids into the future without asking.
Oh, Ben was livid. Rightfully so. Led to him and Alicia leaving, traveling the country. A real fracture.
They came back, eventually. But, yeah, showed even their bond has limits. And now, the latest shocker, Emperor Doom turned him permanently human.
Permanently. No more Thing. That's huge. And now the team has to go back to the Big Bang to fix it.
Yep. Setting up their next massive cosmic quest. Always an adventure with the FF.
Always. Okay, so we've got the team, their incredible individual journeys. But what about the villains? A hero family is often defined by its rogues gallery, and the FF's is top tier.
Absolutely. Let's start at the beginning. Issue #1, the Mole Man.
Harvey Elder. Mocked, shunned, abandoned the surface world. Found subterranean, became leader of the monsters down there.
And sent them up to attack. First villain they ever faced. Johnny sealed up his kingdom, but he kept coming back, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Longest running foe, practically. A classic Silver Age threat, subterranean monsters and all that. Established the FF would face anything.
Then came the Skrulls, early alien enemies, shapeshifters. Their first appearance was wild.
Impersonating the FF to turn Earth against them for an invasion. Classic Skrull move. But the FF beat them, and those specific Skrulls got hypnotized into being cows.
Yes, cows, living on a farm. It's so weirdly Silver Age. I love it. And later, mutated milk, Skrull burgers, the Skrull kill crew.
Yeah.
It got bizarre.
Totally bizarre. But then you get serious threats like the Super Skrull mimicking all their powers at once. A recurring nightmare for the team.
For sure. And amidst all this early fighting, Fantastic Four, #3 gave us some iconic staples, right?
Yep. The Fantastic Car, their cool flying vehicle. And the Baxter Building, their amazing headquarters right in NYC.
Plus, Sue designed their first costumes in that issue, the classic blue and white. Ben got a helmet, briefly.
Huh. Didn't last long. And we got the first real Johnny versus Ben brawl, too, setting up decades of friendly fire.
The bickering started immediately. And speaking of tempers, Johnny quitting early on led straight to Namor's return, didn't it?
Yeah, finds amnesiac Namor, gives him the fiery shave, drops him in the ocean. Namor remembers Atlantis was destroyed by atomic tests. Uh-oh.
Big uh-oh. Namor attacks with Giganto, the sea monster. How did they stop that thing?
Ben Grimm style. Strapped a nuke to its back, walked it down its own throat, boom.
Intense. But then Sue steals Namor's horn to stop him, and he falls instantly in love with her.
Smitten. Demands she marry him. Sue plays along to stop the attacks.
But Johnny saves the day, or ruins the wedding.
Creates a giant whirlpool, tosses Namor and Giganto's corpse out to sea. No wedding. But Namor's fascination with Sue, that lasts. Adds a whole layer of tension with Reed.
What a soap opera. Okay, but the big one. The arch-nemesis. Dr. Doom. Fantastic Four, #5.
Baxter Building caught in a giant net. Doom reveals himself, Reed's old rival. Holds Sue hostage, sends the others back in time for Merlin's gems, a.k.a. Blackbeard's treasure.
With Ben becoming Blackbeard, and almost staying.
Right. Loved being normal. But he came back. And turns out it was just a Doom bot anyway. The real Doom got away clean. What an entrance. Sets the stage perfectly.
And Doom's plans always seem personal, especially against Reed and Sue, like crashing their wedding.
Using an emotion charger to send hordes of villains after them. Chaos. But the hero guests fought them off. Showed Doom's genius for chaos and the FF's connections.
He's not just science either, is he? Magic, too. Mind-swapping, summoning the Beyonder.
Exactly. That blend of super science and dark magic makes him uniquely dangerous. Always unpredictable.
And the whole Kristoff thing, adopting an orphan, implanting his own memories, turning the kid into a rival Doom. Twisted.
Totally twisted. He also messed with Sharon Ventura, she-thing. Tried to force her to betray Ben, always manipulating. His rivalry with Reed even involved the TVA in a fight across time.
Yeah.
Turned out it was Kristoff who died, not Doom. Layers upon layers.
And his face. Got fixed after Secret Wars, briefly, then starred again. Recently healed it permanently after rebooting the cosmos. Maybe a new leaf? Nah, probably not.
Probably not Doom. And you're not going to believe what happens next. His biggest plays were cosmic. After the multiverse collapsed in the incursions.
He stole the Beyonder's power.
Yep. Became God Emperor Doom. Created Battleworld from remnants of dead realities. Ruled it all with Sue as his consort. Ultimate ego trip.
How? Where did that power come from?
The Molecule Man. He had Owen Reese locked away, siphoning his reality warping power. Insane. He also reigned as Sorcerer Supreme for a bit, conquered the world again, and his latest act, turning Ben human. Permanently. Just to mess with them.
Wow, Doom is just relentless. Okay, from Latveria to the cosmos, Galactus, the world devourer.
The biggest cosmic threat.
Yeah.
Uraku the Watcher warns them, breaks his oath again. Silver Surfer arrives as the herald.
And Ben just clobbers the Surfer right off the bat. Love that. But Galactus himself arrives. Wants to eat Earth.
Desperate times. But then Alicia Masters, her plea for life, it reaches the Silver Surfer. He rebels, turns against Galactus.
Such a powerful moment. So how did the FF actually stop Galactus then?
Teamwork. Ben attacks the energy converter. Reed turns into a ball for Ben to throw at Galactus. Johnny, guided by Uatu, fetches the ultimate nullifier.
The universe-destroying weapon.
Right. Galactus backs off, trades Earth's safety for the nullifier, but traps Surfer here as punishment. But here's the thing about Galactus. He wasn't just being evil.
What do you mean?
He was weak, starving. He needs to consume planets to live. It's his function, his nature in the cosmos. He even said, "My humanity is lost. If a being were to weep for every soul killed, they would weep oceans." He feels it, but it's his role.
That changes things, doesn't it? He's not just a villain, he's a cosmic force with a burden.
Wow. I remember that other huge fight, too. Avengers involved. Doctor Strange.
Yep. Strange made him relive his past, crippled him mentally. Ben landed that epic punch, slingshotted by Reed, actually knocked Galactus down.
One punch. Still amazing. But then Reed insisted they save the dying Galactus.
Controversial, yeah. Argued he was sentient, not evil. Thor jumpstarts him with Mjolnir, but Galactus immediately starts draining Thor's life force. Shows the danger, even when weakened.
So how did they solve it? Reed found uninhabited planets for him, but Galactus was too weak to travel. So Frankie Ray, Johnny's girlfriend then, volunteered, became his new herald, Nova, saved Earth by guiding him away.
Wow. Frankie became Nova, sacrificed her life on Earth for that, and that led to Reed's trial, right?
Exactly. Accused of dooming billions because Galactus, after recovering, ate the Skrull homeworld. Reed defended his actions again. Galactus beyond good and evil, cosmic necessity.
And Odin and Eternity testified for him again, leading to acquittal. Crazy cosmic courtroom drama. Galactus even helped later stop Hyperstorm by eating his energy. Complex character.
Totally. Not just a villain, a fundamental piece of the Marvel cosmos. Okay, so beyond the big two, Doom and Galactus, lots of other key villains and elements shape the FF.
Oh, yeah. The puppet master, Philip Masters, used radioactive clay to control people, super creepy, manipulated the Thing, disguised his stepdaughter Alicia as Sue.
But Alicia rebelled, which led her to Ben, their first meeting, their incredible romance. So even villains can lead to good things sometimes.
True. Then there's the Red Ghost and his super apes. Cosmic rays gave them powers too, a dark mirror to the FF's origin.
So Silver Age and Molecule Man started small, just controlling molecules, but his power grew to become, like, foundational to the whole multiverse later on. Huge implications. And Diablo, the immortal alchemist, always causing trouble.
And one of the most heartbreaking ones, the Invincible Man. Seemed like Sue and Johnny's dad, Franklin Storm, back with powers.
But is the Super Skrull in disguise? Such a cruel trick. The real Franklin Storm did come back, but the Skrulls planted a bomb on him.
Oh no.
His last act, turned away from his kids, sacrificed himself to save them, died a hero. Gut-wrenching, but shows that family sacrifice theme again.
Heavy stuff.
Yep. Their evil counterparts, always testing their teamwork. All these pieces, heroes, villains, locations, powers, they weave together into the real core of the Fantastic Four. What makes them?
Which is?
Family.
Which brings us to now, the MCU era, the Fantastic Four. First steps. What could this set up?
Well, the film seems focused on those core themes. Family, adventure, discovery, hope. That feels right. And they're picking up 4 years after the origin, so we jump right into their established dynamic.
Which leads us directly to our next point about the MCU. Oh, and they're including HERBIE, the robot inspired by the cartoon. That's a great deep cut for fans.
Love that. And the whole retro-futuristic, mid-century modern aesthetic they're hinting at sounds really unique, visually distinct.
Yeah. And starting with Galactus and Silver Surfer as the threats, right out of the gate, that's a massive statement. Sets the cosmic scale immediately.
Absolutely huge. And think about the timing. The MCU is deep in the Multiverse Saga. The FF's comics history. It's all about multiversal stuff. The Beyonders, the Incursions, Battle World, Secret Wars. They have the blueprint.
Right. With Avengers. Doomsday on the horizon in the MCU, the FF's experience with multiversal collapse and reboots in the comics, it aligns perfectly.
They're uniquely positioned to be central players in whatever multiversal endgame the MCU is building towards. Guides, key figures, maybe even the ones who figure out how to fix it all, like Reed, Franklin, and Molecule Man did in the comics.
Bringing their science, their cosmic know-how to the table, and starting with Galactus and Surfer in First Steps, that immediately connects them to the biggest cosmic stakes, way beyond just Earth. They feel like the perfect team to lead the MCU into its next cosmic multiversal phase.
Totally agree. And at the end of the day, despite all the powers, the cosmic adventures, the universe saving, the Fantastic Four are wrestling with relatable human stuff. Family issues, failure, figuring out who you are, carrying heavy burdens. Their journey is this constant deep dive into being human, even when you're super.
So as these new stories unfold, what does that mean for you? How do you see their humanity reflected in their fantastic adventures?
Wow, deep thought to end on. Okay, everyone, if this episode helped you appreciate the Fantastic Four even more, definitely hit that like button, subscribe for future deep dives, and please drop your favorite FF moment or character in the comments. We'd genuinely love to hear it.